Hello, Floss Tube. It's Diane, the Hot Mess Princess. This is Floss Tube number 10. Hey, and you're still with me, so thank you guys very much. Today, I've written down again what we're going to go over. Today, we're going to go over shout outs. One piece of stitching that I forgot to share last week in my fully finished objects. We're going to share, of course, whips, haul, something State Fair of Texas-y to do with the needlework competition and my project for next year. Something about the EGA, a Rebel the Kitten update, because I know you guys all want a Rebel the Kitten update, and also an update on my step goal that I'm working towards for fitness. So anyway, before we do all of that, I have some shout outs for everyone who watched last week. Carrie and Stitches, Rebel says hello. It's nice to meet you. Jo Marie Hogel, I think, from one British fan to another. Cheers. Rural NC Stitcher, thanks for being Rebel's little fan. She totally appreciates it. Sandy Bakos, Rebel says thank you very much for the compliments. And Carly, I stitch what I want, and Golden Hair Stitcher, thank you guys as always for your comments and support. I love to read everybody's comments as they come in. So thanks everyone for watching. Last week, I actually had someone comment that they binged on all my videos last week. I think that's pretty awesome. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. So yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the one piece of stitching I forgot last week, and I can't, well, the reason I forgot it is because it is currently in the closet in the guest room where Rebel is. So there's a kitten in there, and the door was closed, and I actually just didn't even think of it. This piece, we all procrastinate once in a while, right? So this piece is called Kokopelli Sunrise, and it, gosh, I started it, I think I was dating Hot Mess Hubby. Actually, we didn't even know each other when I bought the pattern. Hot Mess Hubby and I have a bit of an interesting story. I lived in California, he lived in Texas, and we met on the phone through work. So part of my old job was to call him at his old job, and we flirted. So that's how we met, but we didn't actually meet each other in person for 5 years. We were friends on the phone for 5 years before we met in person. So anyway, one of the two things we found out that we had in common when we met, number one was we had the same birthday, and number two, we both knew what a Kokopelli was. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Kokopelli, I'll bet you recognize this guy. Hold on a second. See him? That's a Kokopelli. So anyway, I just always thought they were cool. And then I read some of the folklore behind him. I think he's a Hopi Indian, Southwest Indian flute player. There's a little bio on the back of this pattern. And I just really, when I bought the pattern back in the 90s, I just thought it was cool. I thought the colors were beautiful. That's usually what gets me, is the colors and the, you know, the composition of something. So I thought they were beautiful. And then I read about Kokopelli on the back, and here's what it says. The Kokopelli is a Southwest Indian flute player dating back to ancient petroglyphs. He is traditionally depicted with a hunched back and wild hair, and is believed to symbolize prosperity and fertility. And then in this stitched example on the pattern, one cross stitch was omitted along the top line, following an Indian custom of leaving a pathway open for the spirits, which I thought was really cool. They, it's right there. They left that stitch open. Isn't that neat? So when I finally stitched this thing, because again, I bought the pattern in the 90s, H and I think we met, let's see, I have to do math right now. We got married in 2003. So we met in 2002. In February of 2002, we actually met in person. And I think I had started stitching it a little bit maybe, but then I rolled it up on the scroll frame and put it in the closet. So I stitched it on and off and on and off, and then I lost the pattern at one point, or I lost half of the pattern. I had this half that I did, and I couldn't find the other half. So I got that part done, and I couldn't continue. And then finally HMH found the rest of it on eBay for me. So anyway, all of that to say, Kokopelli is in the closet in the guest room, and it doesn't really have a place to hang because I procrastinated stitching this thing so much that it didn't match anything in my house anymore. So, by the way, if you hear panting or excess licking or anything, there's a giant St. Bernard. The beautiful Miss Kirby is down here right behind the tripod under the ugly craft table. So, and she's a little bit miffed at me because she knows there's a kitten in the house and I won't let her visit all the time. So, but we'll get to that in the Rebel update at the end of this video. So anyway, I will share a picture of that, of Kokopelli. The pattern says Kokopelli Border Sampler, but I've always called it Kokopelli Sunrise because the colors of the sky and the background behind him are so beautiful. I love it. So anyway, I entered that piece finally when I finished it. I entered it in the State Fair of Texas. I was all excited because at the time it was my best work. And the thing about Kokopelli, this particular Kokopelli, is there are so many angles to this thing. I can't tell you how many 3/4 cross stitches are in this, but those things are such a pain in the butt, right? Because, you know, you have to pay attention to, is it the top right, the top left, the bottom right, the bottom left? It's just a big old pain in the butt. So many 3/4 stitches in this thing. You have to be really, really super precise. And I was sure, because this was my best work, I was really going to get a good ribbon. I had previously gotten 3rd place for the garden sampler that I did. And I got the letter from the State Fair that year, and I got honorable mention. Ow. At the time, it was a gut punch. That hurt. But that's what happens when I expect, right? I mean, I don't remember what the competition was like that year, but it's the most popular category because it's quite a big piece. So, you know, that taught me not to expect any certain ribbon or a ribbon at all, really, to just enter for fun, you know, because I was getting a little bit serious. So anyway, I got an honorable mention ribbon for Kokopelli Sunrise, which I still think I could, yeah, I wish I had done better on that one because I was so excited. Do you hear the panting? There's a kitten in the house and my mom won't let me see her. Anyway, the following year, there's also, in addition to the State Fair of Texas, which I'm lucky to be 30 minutes away from, in addition to the State Fair of Texas, there is a North Texas Fair and Rodeo in another county, which is, it's very, very small compared to the State Fair of Texas. But of course, everything in Texas is huge. So I entered Kokopelli the following year in the North Texas State Fair and Rodeo, and he got 1st place and best in show, but which was, you know, that's awesome and everything, but literally there were like 4 other pieces entered, and it's rather like an Olympic skater going against a class of 9th grader skaters, you know. I mean, it's just like, really shouldn't have been, there should have been more categories and stuff, because of course this huge piece of work is going to you know, score higher than somebody's embroidery hoop of sampler stitches that, you know, I mean, yeah, it's a hollow victory. I mean, I love that I have a best in show ribbon, but it's a hollow victory. There wasn't good competition between all the different categories, so it is what it is. But anyway, I am going to insert a picture of Kokopelli Sunrise here. Okay, that's my piece. Eventually, I think I'm going to hang that in the guest room, but like everything in this house, I keep procrastinating all my projects, and I really, like, I don't think I have, nope, I don't have a fully decorated room in this house. The guest bathroom is fully decorated. Smallest room in the house. So anyway, I just need to pick an area of the house, excuse me, pick an area of the house and finish it. I'm very squirrely when it comes to that stuff. So anyway, let's talk about whips. Okay. And I didn't get any stitching done this week. This past work week was horrendous. It was full days at the office. A couple of times there were after hours events at work that I had to go to, and then I'd come home and have to take care of the huge puppy dogs and go and spend time with Rebel the kitten. And oh, and our dishwasher broke down and our dryer broke down. And so HMH was trying his best to fix those, and we couldn't do laundry, we couldn't do dishes. And it was pouring rain all week in Texas. I mean, it's like Noah, come with the ark already, right? Today is the first day that's dry, and we've had sunshine for a week. So it was a horrendous week. I didn't get any stitching done, but just, you know, because I like to humiliate myself, we'll go over whips again that you saw exactly the same last week. Here is September. Yes, I know it's October. Not done with September yet. So that's September. Hold on. My punch needle, which is awesome. I did actually get a few stitches of punch needle done in here when I was allowing Rebel to explore my stitchy room. So a little bit got done on that. And then I didn't get anything done on the most urgent project. My EGA class. No difference here. So there's that. Hopefully this coming week, I will get some stitchy time on the books, because I really, really need, you know, needle and thread in my hands. I really need to get that done for me. So, okay, whips haul. I have not been to the stitchy store, but I have some very interesting haul to share with you. It's really exciting. Okay, I think I shared in the last video or two that I signed up for the Embroiderers Guild of America's lightning round group correspondence course called Perfectly Counted Crosses or Cross Stitches. And I'm super excited about that, because that is just part of my master plan to get a blue ribbon in the state fair. Yeah. So I got my class text in the mail, and I opened up the mailbox, and I see this huge packet, and I'm like, what is that? I didn't order anything else. What is that? What, you know, and I'm looking, it's addressed to me, and I open it up, and I'm like, oh my God, it's here. So, anyway, I put it in a binder because I'm a neat girl. Well, most of the time I'm a neat girl. But I created a cover for the binder so that I would always remember what was in it. You're going to like this. Are you ready for the cover I created for this thing? Those are all ribbons, State Fair, Texas ribbons. Perfectly counted crosses, stitches. It's my super secret plan for winning at the State Fair. So anyway, I can't share with you what's in here because, you know, of course it's a paid for class. It's copyrighted by the teacher. I will, as much as I can, keep you updated as I go through my progress. I will tell you that the sampler that we have to stitch, there's an example. It's very cute. Not my kind of, the colors aren't my kind of thing. It's all pinks and greens. But one of the first things she tells you is, don't stitch this sampler. Stitch your own sampler. So here's what you have to have in it. And here's some ideas. Here's some other things you can include. Make it your own, which I thought was really cool. And something else I really like about this instructor is that she says there isn't one right answer. There's no cross-stitch police. You're doing this for fun. I love her already. So I'm super excited to get started. Let me tell you what my homework is. Hold on a second. I'm going to do that gross thing I hate when people do, but that's okay because I'm the only one who's going to flip through here. Blech, blech. So let's see, what is my homework? Darn it. It was, okay, my homework, my lesson number 1 is read pages 4 through 34 in the book, and then read page 35 and get the appropriate threads, linen, and needles for the next assignment. So, and she sort of writes this like she's talking to a group of you, like you're stitching this with your chapter members, but this is a lightning round, which means everybody across the country can do it. So I'm doing this by myself. So, anyway, that's my goal for the next month is to read pages 4 through 34 and get the fiber and the fabric and everything, in order to get going. So then I think the next step is, you know, actually design the thing that you want to do and let's go. So that should be, I'll keep you posted. We'll see what happens. So that's the only haul I have, but that haul arrived in my mailbox and I was super excited about it. State Fair of Texas Rethink. So I actually went to the State Fair of Texas this morning with HMH. Hot Mess Hubby had not been to the State Fair yet, and I had 60 leftover food coupons that I was not going to let go to waste. So we went this morning, and it was fun. Today's the last day of the State Fair, so we went this morning to get it out, and I'm so glad we did because as we were leaving, it was getting really crowded, and the parking lot was just insane. And yeah, I'm glad that we went early. So we got there, and of course we went and saw the peacock, and we walked all over the Creative Arts building and got to see all the entries and stuff, which I didn't get to do a lot of when I was there on opening day. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say the peacock, I will insert a picture of my second place winning cross-stitch peacock here. Okay. So anyway, we were at the State Fair today. It was really, really fun. We got to, you know, look at all the stuff, and I actually ran into my awesome coworker, so that was fun. But HMH and I were talking about, you know, the fact that, and several of my friends also, that I think I'm going to change what I was going to stitch for next year's State Fair competition. And here, hold on a second. This is the project I was going to stitch. Look at the in the window. So anyway, I was going to stitch that, but I don't think I am now, because it's, I don't know. It's an okay project. It's not bad. I don't know. I feel like I have to step it up a notch in a way, like include something that has beading or charms or something, and maybe go smaller, because the competition for the big projects is huge. So maybe I'll go smaller, right? So I went looking through my personal stash to see what else I could find. I'm hearing, I think HMH just got in the shower or something. I'm like, the hell is that noise? It's not raining again. Yeah, I think he started the shower. So anyway, I pulled several projects. So here is my ask from you, for you guys. Tell me if you think any of these would be good for the State Fair of Texas. Most likely I will enter more than one thing this year, and none of them will be huge like the peacock or, God, Lady of the Flag 2 years ago. Lady of the Flag is like 1.5 feet, 1.75 feet high. She's big, and that was a daunting project. So anyway, these will be smaller projects, but I think if you do them right, and maybe if you substitute some of the floss for some of the fibers for fancy floss or something else, you know, you could find some good stuff. So plus a lot of this is you know, the actual stitching, like the quality of the stitching. The framing is always nice, but anyway, I think this is cute and unique, and I don't think this is going to be very big. As I remember, this is not very big. You know what? I've got to take these out of the plastic so there's no glare. So hold on a second. This is Little House Needleworks, My Lady at Christmas. And I just thought it was so cute. Isn't that adorable? That's an actual little photo frame charm. I really wish I had a photo like that of my parents, but I don't. I don't have anything. Although, you know what? I do have a picture of my parents holding me when I was about 1 at some local county fair. Maybe I'll put that in there. Maybe that would be cute. So, because my dad's holding me in one arm, it's hysterical. So yeah, so I just thought that was cute, and it's a small project. I can get it done. That's not a worry. So there's that. And then this I thought would be an interesting, creative, maybe. Not particularly challenging, but I love it. Right? Got to go with the stitchy theme. So that's a possibility. And again, depending on how big these are, I know I'll only be able to, you can only enter one thing per category. So if these smaller ones are all the same category, I'm going to have to pick one, even if I have them all done. This one I saw in the Stitch Niche the last time I was there, and I loved it. I think they stitched this over 1. It's pretty. The example they have at the Stitch Niche is phenomenal. It's amazeballs. So this is called A Proper Young Lady. How cute is that? How can you not want to stitch that? A proper young lady must learn her stitches, for then her life will be full of riches. Then why aren't I rich? What's up with that? So anyway, I love this. And even though it's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't have a lot of color to it, I think that makes you focus on the technique of your stitches. So that's a possibility. Could look pretty fabulous. This thing is so old. I bought it in California. I don't even remember when, but I lived in California when I bought this. It's by Jess Nan, and it's called Dream Garden, and it says, keep in your heart a place for dreams. And a lot of this is beaded. Including those butterflies. So cute, right? So a little, you know, it looks like a simple-ish sampler. There's a little, that heart is an amethyst charm. It's got some DMC pearl cotton. What the H? Some Smyrna cross stitches, not just regular cross stitches. Yeah, and it's the finished size is like 9.5 by 5.5 inches, or 10 3/4 by 6 1/4. That's not an overwhelming piece. Okay, this I also bought in the 90s, and it's a whole kit I've had forever. I bought the pattern, and then I think I bought the fabric and some of the fibers at some cross-stitch convention. I don't even remember the name of it. That was in California. It used to come every year. And it's called Words to Live By. And the words are imagine, dream, wish, believe, hope. And it's on this hand-dyed rainbow linen. Right? So, and here's the, hold on a sec. This is the linen that it goes on. It's really pretty, right? I mean, just so pretty. And it's got a $25 price tag on it. And I gotta say, I probably bought this back in 2002, 2003. Yeah, maybe not the 90s, but yeah, like super early 2000 whatever, which still seems like 3 years ago. So I don't know where this 2018 thing came from. This I'm probably definitely doing. Probably definitely. This is a, well, I thought it was a bell pull. I think I'm going to make it into a bell pull. You know, the bell pull like Lady Mary on Downton Abbey when she needs Carson or tea or biscuits or something. You know, she pulls that embroidered thing. Bell pulls. I don't know why. I just think they're cool. So anyway, this is called Spring Has Sprung. And I bought this at some cross-stitch convention a million years ago too. And this poem, my mom used to say this when we were kids, and it used to just get belly laughs out of all of us. And I don't know why. It's just so silly that it made me laugh. The poem says, spring has sprung, the flowers riz. I wonder where the bunnies is. And it just always made me laugh because my mom would step out with much drama in front of all of us and go, spring has sprung, the flowers riz, you know, and just be really, she was a fun mom. She is a fun mom. She's 92 and crazy. So anyway, this is what it looks like. Isn't that cute? And the, hello, where are you? Hold on, I will show you the fabric. Because I really, really like, I'm so glad that they sold the fabric in, oh my gosh, I actually started this at one point. Oh look, and it has little butterfly charms. You can't see it, sorry. It's not focusing, I can tell. But look at the fabric. Isn't that neat? Look at that. So I actually started this at one point. I'm going to have to take that out because I don't like it. I'm ripping you out. But look at this. See? Ooh. And there's that mess in the middle, so I'll just yank that out and start over. But I love the fabric, and again, I wouldn't finish the back of this, so the State Fair ladies would be able to see every stitch on the back, and Yeah, that would be a challenge. Even though it's kind of whimsical, I think I might give that a go for the state fair. And then there's this, which does not match with any room in my house, but I continue to love it every time I see it in my stash. It is by Jeanette Douglas Designs, and it's called Northwoods Sampler. And it has lots of different stitches. It's cross stitch, but it has some beading, and it has the ability to personalize it as well, because it says wrought by, and then your initials in the year, whatever year. Right? And the year in this sample is 2004, so I assume I bought it in at least 2004. But, yeah, this is so cute. Different stitches. What different stitches? Mosaic, long arm cross stitch, half roads, tied oblong stitch, Sprat's head, covered satin stitch. Very fancy. So, see, like a log cabin thingy, and then the moose is a charm. The moose is a charm. And then these guys, this is beads. The grape leaf, or the grapes. It's so cute. So haven't ruled that one out yet. And this is another on the smaller side. This is also by Jess Nan. Summer in the Square. And I'm seeing on the back here some of the stitches. Large triple Leviathan. That sounds quite threatening, because, you know, if you saw that movie Leviathan, that was pretty gross. That was pretty nasty. But it comes with a charm. This is a charm in the middle. And here it is. So, anyway, I just think that's kind of cute. That could be a thing. And then this I think I found on Etsy. Yep. By Stitch Class. Stitch is spelled S-T-I-C-H class on Etsy. And, oh, I can't show it to you because it's a monogram, or it's just the pattern. I don't have the example. But it's a very ornate letter D for Diane. So, I'm thinking some fancy floss with that. Maybe really, really, really good stitching. I could do that. Or maybe not. Who knows? But those are my... Yeah, that's what I have. That's what I'm rethinking. So we'll see. Let me know what you think. If any of those jump out at you, make a comment below and let me know what you think. Or, you know, should I just keep plugging away with this guy, which I love. Victorian charm. I love it. But, yeah, I don't think that's going to win me anything more than second place again. And I'm trying to get that blue ribbon. I need a blue ribbon. Sorry, I don't need a blue ribbon. I want a blue ribbon. Okay, so there's that. And then just a quick bit about the Embroiderers Guild of America, because I went to the National Convention just a few weeks ago. I had the ability to register early for next year's seminar, which you have the best chance of getting the classes that you want if you do that. And so I registered early. And not only did I register early, but I am taking a full week's worth of classes. So that's exciting. Okay, and then Rebel update. I have some new video to share with you. And this weekend has been all about introducing little Rebel to her older siblings, Kirby and Dyson, the giant doggies. So Dyson is 8 years old and a very sweet boy. Kind of dumb, not gonna lie. He's not the sharpest pencil in the box, bless his heart. So Dyson the dog can be a bit of a challenge. Kirby, our St. Bernard, is 10 years old, which is old for St. Bernard. She's an old lady. She's very intuitive, very sweet girl, and we know that they will accept Rebel as their lord and master. We know they will. They've been owned by cats their entire life. So, and we've only been without Hemi for a few short months. So they'll remember what it's like to live with a cat. But we're going in gradual steps. So I will share some video and some pictures with you about how it's been going, but we're still going to have them live in separate living quarters and just allow them to visit through the safety of a baby gate. It is this rickety $9 crap baby gate, but Kirby and Dyson, bless their hearts, think it's like a magical force field that they can't get through. So, yeah, we don't tell them that they could just knock it down with a paw. Oh, you're so grumbly, big girl. She just groaned and laid down like, oh, I'm so tired of worrying about the kitten in the other room. So, Rebel, the kitten, is not afraid of them, which is really good. She goes right up to the baby gate and looks at them like, hey, are we friends? What's up? You know, and she'll try and put her paw through and touch them. And they're very curious. Kirby is always wagging her tail. So she's got friendly manners about her, but her focus changes. And it's almost like she's looking at a steak. So we're not comfortable just letting Rebel be loose around Kirby until they get all of the butt sniffing and swatting and this is my space, that's your space out of their way. So, yeah, it's been interesting. And right now, we're having a break. Rebel is in our guest room while Kirby enjoys her favorite spot laying underneath my ugly craft table. So it's going very well. They're all very sweet babies. And so I will share some video and some pictures of their first meetings, but also some video of Rebel yesterday on her first exploration into my stitchy room here. When I went to the shelter where I got Rebel, there was a lady there who had just done a meet and greet with her and told me and my bestie Andrea all about how yes, she is a very cute kitten, but she is not a people person. She does not like people. She didn't want me to pick her up. She's not a cuddler. So just keep that in mind when you see the video of Rebel yesterday in my stitchy room. So we will, I will put the video and the pictures of Kirby, Dyson, and Rebel right here. There was a lady at the shelter who said Rebel wasn't a people person and didn't like to cuddle. I respectfully disagree. Say hi, everybody. This is my mom. We're having a snuggle after we met the dogs. It went very well. You going to show everybody your belly? Say hi, Rebel. Happy Saturday. Okay, she's so cute. So anyway, last but not least, I will share a step goal update. I have been knocking it out of the park thanks to all the work last week, my crazy work schedule and doing the extra events after work. I've hit my 6,500 steps a day step goal every single day, including today. In fact, today I'm at 7,400, not 6,500. So I'm kind of in overachieving mode right now. But, and I'm wearing my Pandora bracelet today, by the way. So I owe myself some of these blue glass charms. Can you see? Yeah, there we go. I owe myself a few of those because I bought myself one. I'm supposed to buy myself one for every size I've dropped. And I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And I owe myself, I think, 2 more. So I need to get that taken care of. And then this mirror, little hand mirror, that was the first charm I bought myself. I think it was because I felt good looking in the mirror again after losing 50 pounds. That was my 50-pound loss one. And then I think the butterfly, I can't remember why I got the butterfly, but my cute little airplane, I can't figure out the focus on this thing. Anyway, I have an airplane, and you all know I work for an airline, so airplanes are awesome to me. But I got the airplane because that was a memento from the first time I flew on a plane, and I didn't have to ask for the seatbelt extender. So 119 pounds, or actually it's over 119 pounds. It's 120 something. That's a lot of pounds. So anyway, my little milestone bracelet is getting added onto pretty well. And if I complete 30 days of step goals in for 6,500 steps a day for 30 days, I will get Bruno the unicorn. Super important, right? So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm totally on track. One more thing I have to share with you guys. I found this, and I sent it to Walgreens to get it actually printed so I could show you. I found this before and after that I spliced together at one point, so you can see the difference between 398-pound Diane and current Diane. So check this out, babies. Look at that. I remember her. I remember her. She could, it was really hard to sit in an airplane seat. In fact, my office chair was hard to sit in because, sorry about that, technical difficulties. Anyway, I remember this girl. It was not fun to be this girl. As you can see, there was a lot more face around my face. So, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Stitching has been a huge part in keeping this girl back in the box, right? Every time I feel like I want to munch on something, I pick up a needle and thread instead. It is the only healthy thing I could think of to substitute. I had a lot of friends go off the rails and decide to do some questionable activities when they decided to do something about their weight. So for me, it was needlework, because I'm a really exciting person, and that's what I decided to do. So that has helped me to keep that girl away. That I remember these pants that I'm wearing. I still have those pants. They're size 32 pants, and they had an elastic waist. And the elastic waistband at the end of the day was leaving red welts on my waist. So I was busting out of a 32 and getting ready to bust into a 34. And I would not wish that on anybody I know. It is not a fun place to be. I know I've got a lot of work to do still, but I'm incredibly proud of the work that I have done. So, and needlework is a big part of that for me. So anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy seeing that picture. It's always my wow picture when I see that thing. And, you know, like anybody should be who has accomplished something like that, I'm proud that I am not that size anymore, even though I may not be entirely happy with the size that I am. Who cares? I did a thing. It's amazing. So anyway, that's all I have for this week. Oh, I'm getting snorted at too by the beautiful girl under the table. So that's all I have for this week. Let me know, like I said, what you guys think about my potential state fair projects in the comments. And if you have any questions at all or have anything to share, please feel free. Go crazy in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. I really enjoy it. And I will see you guys next week. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.